and that's going to be Jordan Love. So, Nick, you gave the grade C minus.
I did.
What is your reasoning behind that? And yeah, just explain that.
So last year, the Packers took a quarterback in the first round, and I actually was reading a lot before the draft, and I saw that they were really interested in Jordan Love, but I did not believe they were going to take him in the first round. I thought it was like more of a if he's there in the second round, we're going to get him. So yes, I was surprised that the Packers took Jordan Love. I was not shocked,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously I was surprised because we have Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, solid guy who's been there for years, and so when they took Jordan Love, yeah, it shocks me like the rest of everyone else. But I gave it a C minus because it was our first round draft pick, and he did nothing this year to benefit the Packers. Yeah, he might be our guy for the future. He might not be. Aaron Rodgers just won MVP. I want us to extend Aaron Rodgers. I want Aaron Rodgers to play his whole career at Green Bay. He deserves it. He's earned it. He's one of the best quarterbacks. Us fans want him. We love him, and that's what we want. So I gave Jordan Love a C minus because I think at the end of the day, this might be a wasted draft pick. It might not be, but it might be. He might not play for the Packers. We could have got someone who would have helped us in the first round, but we got a quarterback who didn't play the first year, isn't going to play his second year, and I'm fine with that. If we bring him in a fourth or fifth year, I'm fine with that. But I give him a C minus because I don't think that's what the Packers are going to do with him. And I think they're either going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers, which I wouldn't like, and bring in Jordan Love either the following season after this season, or they're going to dish him and not keep him around to just sit on the bench. But I would be fine with him sitting on the bench. So that's why I give it a C minus because he's just not doing anything for us right now.
Okay. Interesting. So I think if you asked me draft day, my reaction, so like the Thursday of the draft after it all happened, I would have probably given it like an F or a D because I hated the pick at first. But it's starting to warm up to me, and here's a couple reasons why. So obviously we talk about the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. You could talk about a bunch of other ones too. Alex Smith to Mahomes, Alex Smith to Kaepernick. I mean, Alex Smith been on the bad end of some of these, but basically having a quarterback sit and letting them learn is usually the best way for you to get the best out of them. And with a position as important as quarterback, you need the best of the best play. That's the only way you're going to usually succeed as a team. So I think Jordan Love was he was definitely a little bit of a raw prospect in college. But sitting for at least it's looking like 2 years, right? He's going to be sitting for 2 years behind Rodgers. He has LaFleur. We already have a pretty good system and team intact. And I think he'll be really good, honestly. I really do. He has the arm talent. He can throw off platform. That, like, his talent's there, and I think he'll be able to definitely develop. I understand that it could definitely be a wasted draft pick. That's probably why I'm not higher on it. And we're not going to get the full benefit of having his rookie contract. But say he plays 2 years cheap, and then we re-sign him, and he's not that much. That's obviously farther down the road, but it's feasible if he doesn't have much game experience. And if we have a quarterback for cheap, we can load up the roster. We've seen teams do this time and time again where they have a rookie contract and the quarterback's good. Now, it does depend on him being good, but I think he will be good. And that's why I give it a B.
I also think he'll be good. I just don't know if he'll be good for the Packers. And
Okay.
I don't want him to play if it means we're getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. I want Aaron Rodgers to finish his career as a Packer. And if Jordan Love's still around, great, let's bring him in. But I don't want to be like, we're not extending Rodgers because we have Jordan Love. We don't know for sure if he's going to be good. We think he's going to be good. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers good. I do know that for sure. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers good, which is why I just don't like getting rid of an MVP quarterback in order to bring in a guy who's unproven in the league. If he waits till Rodgers is done, great. I would love it. But I do not want to shorten Rodgers' career with the Packers in order to bring in Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I'm with that. I'm not holding that against him. I'm more of grading it the fact that who he can be. And I'm with you. Like, I wish we probably didn't end up taking him and would have went receiver or defense. But we did. And the fact knowing that we have we will most likely have a good quarterback for the next 5 years, assuming he comes in. And I think, like I said, I think he'll be good. So that's where I'm like, okay, we have a little insurance. Like we're not completely uncertain about our future, maybe in the short term, but in the long term, we know we'll have Jordan Love most likely. And I think they will stick with him. But yeah, like they've also been really uncertain with Rodgers' contract. And we're going to discuss that later, but with the uncertainty around that, they needed a backup plan because we can't have Scott Tolzien go out there. We can't have Seneca Wallace go out there. We probably don't want Tim Boyle going out there either. So yeah, I agree. If we would have went all in instead of picking him, I would have preferred that. But the fact that we have him and we do have sort of an insurance plan, and I think he'll be talented is like my main thing is I like his arm talent, and teams always talk about like sitting and developing quarterbacks and, prepping them up. But how many teams actually do that? There's very few teams that are willing to wait on a quarterback, have him develop, and make sure he's ready to go before he actually plays. Instead, they look like Sam Darnold and they go out there without any weapons. Adam Gase is your head coach. Or it's other situations like that where they kind of get thrown into a fire and they never have a chance to succeed. But Jordan Love has the chance and he's the talent.
And I'm very big on having them sit because, like, for Patrick Mahomes, he sat a year. It's Patrick Mahomes. And for Aaron Rodgers, he sat for 3 years. Aaron Rodgers. Even Baker Mayfield, he didn't sit a season, but he sat a few weeks, about a quarter of the season. And I really do think that helps him a lot. Just to like watch the NFL game from the sideline with the coaches talking about the plays. And yeah, so I'm really big for sitting quarterbacks and not bringing them in week one. I do not like teams that bring in quarterbacks week one because it rarely works out in their favor, especially that first season, because they're already a bad team. That's why they got a new quarterback to bring in week one. So they're a bad team, and they're rushing in their new guy, and then they're still going to be a bad team.
Yeah, that'll definitely happen. And yeah, like I said, like, do I wish we would have gone somewhere else with this pick and not would have taken a quarterback? Yes. But the fact that we do have him and when Rodgers is done and how long he stays, which we don't know because the organization hasn't decided, we do have someone with a lot of talent, and not many teams can say that. So that's why I gave him a B. Nick's a little bearish on it compared to me with the C-, but I still think he hopes for the best for him if and when he does play for us.
Mm-hmm. I want Jordan Love to play for us after Rodgers' career. I just don't want to rush Rodgers' career.
Yeah.
And if we're willing to hold on to him for that long, I would be for that. That's okay with me.
Okay. Gotcha.